What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant. Please follow me in all the links below in the description box. Happy 2022. Happy to see y'all, or I hope y'all happy to see me. I hope you guys had a happy new year and a Merry Christmas. I know I've been off the grid for a minute, but you know how I do. I'm in and out. And yes, I will be hitting you with a top hip-hop albums of 2021. I just got to work on it. You know, there was a few late albums or whatever. And I'm thinking of changing the number too, because 25 might be a little bit cumbersome. You give me some suggestions down there. But what I really want to talk about is something that I talked about, I believe last year or maybe the year before that. Punisher, one of my favorite comic book characters. Here I got the first appearance right here of Punisher. First appearance is Amazing Spider-Man number 129. Classic shit. I've talked about the Punisher various times on my channel. One of my favorite Marvel characters. See, I'm even wearing the shirt right here. And I referenced how the owner or the co-creator, Jerry Conway, wanted to change the skull, his famous skull on his chest, right here. And very iconic, if you can see it without me. Yeah, very iconic shit. Man, I'm about to go in. And what do you think about the lighting, by the way? This is something new. So let me know what you think about that too. But they're going forward with this shit, and I think they're doing it as a soft launch, because if this shit flops, they can easily jump back, because I believe the story is him with the original skull, and then where he ends up sometime in the near future where he's the leader of the Hand. And for those that don't know who the Hand are, they're a group of ninja assassins. If you're a fan of Daredevil and Elektra, you've heard of these guys before. And in the story, he somehow becomes the leader of the Hand. And let me tell you, when you see what they changed the skull to, it's essentially Japanese Oni. For those that don't know what Oni is, it's a demon, or a race of demon, or a style of demon that's part of the Japanese culture. And I gotta say, man, some of y'all, it's so dumb. If you watch my other video, the reason that they're doing this is because of this social justice bullshit, which I keep telling y'all about. I know y'all are tired of it, but I'm gonna keep beating it in your heads. And my first complaint is, isn't that cultural appropriation, what a lot of you motherfuckers complain about? Because Punisher is Italian and the Oni is Japanese, so is that cultural appropriation right there? So let's get that out of the way. Yeah, I mean, I'm only going by y'all rules. I don't believe in that bullshit, but I'm just going by whatever you believe. And the other thing, I've talked about Jerry Conway. I think that he's a cuck for giving in, because his whole argument is that the police and military are using the symbol of the Punisher, like they're putting it on as decals and shit like that, and he doesn't agree with police and stuff like that. And let me just again get into the mind of some of you fucking SJW weirdos. Okay, let's say that these guys are all wanting, like they're all murderers, and every one of them is racist, and they're all killers just waiting to come after you. Why would you give in to that shit? Why would you give in? I mean, in America, you don't give in to terrorists. You know what I mean? This is the same thing where, the OK hand symbol, now it means white power because 4chan trolled a lot of you motherfuckers and y'all believed it and y'all gave in. Oh, that's what it means now. No, motherfucker. You knew this definitively meant everything's okay. Everything's cool. You know what I mean? Now all of a sudden, because 4chan brilliantly trolled you, now all of a sudden you give in and you go, oh, well, that's what it means now. No, motherfucker. You hang out. You just say, hey, look, this is what I created the character for, and that's what that's what it exemplifies. And leave it there. You understand? Like, the fact that you want to give in and change shit means you're just a fucking cuck. Plain and simple. What else would I want to discuss? There was a meme that was going around. One of these fucking weak motherfuckers was sharing this and saying, see, look, there's been different variations of Punisher's skull. And you see, like, there's like 3 rows and the artist's depiction and their name under each skull, whoever, created that skull or whatever. Let me tell you what's wrong with that. Because no matter what you do, if you look at all those skulls, that's a fucking Punisher. It's the same fucking skull. Some eyes may be bigger. You had this, which was more of like a chest armor type thing. Then it went down to the shirt, but it still had the skull on it. This Oni shit, it's night and day. If you take that Oni and put it in the meme, that one's gonna stick out. It's gonna be unrecognizable. That's the difference. So don't try to be funny and say, well, look, artists have changed the skull. No, nigga, that it's so dumb. See, this is why people are just being so disingenuous. It's just like Batman. Okay, Batman for years had the bat insignia surrounded by the yellow. When he changed into a more minimalistic look with the gray suit, and it was just a black bat, you knew who it was. There was no confusing who the fuck the character was. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't give the fucking bat like feathers and claws and do all this crazy shit. No, it was still a big black bat. So no, you're not getting that. All right. Here's a real hot take. I think that a lot of these SJWs want to change the character and neuter it like they do with other predominantly male or alpha characters. Like, just recently, Superman literally got ass raped, but I'm not even going to go into that. All right. But I think that the Punisher, or at least the insignia, threatens them, because Punisher's character is straight about good and bad, right or wrong. Which side are you on? You know what I mean? There's no, I've said this before, there's no gray area. It's like, look, you either bad or you good. You know what I mean? And I think that threatens them, because most of these soy boys are the ones that sit around. They won't attack a real man. They'll go sit here and claim they're feminist. Meanwhile, they'll go attack. They'll feel more comfortable attacking a woman. You know what I mean? Like Cuck Norris. I don't know. Go look that dude up. Those are the type of people that want to change the Punisher, change the skull. All right. And, I seen another dude make a January 6th comment talking about, oh, the Punisher would wipe out the people at January 6th. Those are the people that don't want his skull to be changed. Nigga, what happened on January 6th? I'm sick of you motherfuckers hyping that up. People talking about it is like 9/11 or Pearl Harbor. That's very disrespectful to people who survived that shit, or who died, quite frankly. It really is. What happened on January 6th? What, people that were let in the Capitol, that walked inside the Capitol? Like, what's the big deal? I don't want to hear this shit. If anything, he'd be wiping out you weak motherfuckers that like to beat women. All right. And someone left me a comment on the last video that I said about this shit, that I was talking about this nonsense. How, oh, well, it's Jerry Conway's character and you have no say and blah, 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 blah. No, motherfucker, no. The thing with these Marvel characters is that a lot of these characters take on a life of their own. That's why they've been able to stand the test of time. These characters have their own personality, traits, little quirks, little things that you know that they would do or wouldn't do. That's why we're so passionate when, you know, real fans go out and see movies. We're very critical and very passionate because we know what these characters would and wouldn't do. You understand? Yeah, this nigga Jerry Conway might have created the motherfucker, but guess what? There's been other people who have written the Punisher because people know who the Punisher is. The Punisher is a dude that's very stoic, very, again, like I mentioned, he operates on kill and get out of my way, essentially. That's how he operates. What are we doing? You know what I mean? If you're hurting any innocent people, I'm coming after you. Plain and simple. You know, and it's so dumb, you know, this whole thing, like going back to the giving in shit. It's like, for him to do that kind of must beg that, you know, any merchandise or anything that has to do with the Punisher come with, you know, when someone wants to purchase any of this shit, like there comes like the questions and prerequisites, like, oh, how do you vote? Do you support the police? Do you want to defund the police? Like, why should, you know what I mean? Like, why should I have to agree with what you believe in order to like the character? It's so stupid. When you create these things, you would hope that people would understand what you're trying to put out there. That's why you say, that's why I say don't give in. You stand by your guns. You stick by your guns. So maybe one day people might see these characters, and that's the beauty of, again, like so many of these books, particularly the X-Men, because, you know, people would understand, okay, now I see what this person's trying to say, or blah, 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 blah. When you give in and do this weak sucker shit, you're gonna lose all types of respect. And yeah, that's it. I think I talked enough. Damn, going above 12 minutes. Y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate, most of all subscribe. Fuck Jerry Conway for giving in. And that's it. Happy New Year, and stay tuned for my top hip-hop albums. Again, give me a number. I may stick with my 25, I don't know, but stay tuned for that. All right, love you guys. Peace, bitches.